let's talk about how water.org has shifted that traditional beneficiary as poor soul versus how you look at them, which is now customers, paying customers, valuable customers that repay their loans.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, kind of going back to some of the earlier part of the conversation this evening, the fact that the poor are spending so much money on water, and it's very inefficient in terms of how they secure their water. So what if we could kind of reimagine this whole global water crisis not as having 2.5 billion people in need of charity for water and sanitation, but as potential customers who have intrinsic power as a customer to make choices to get the kind of water solutions that they desire. But the fact is that they were cut off from something that any kind of thriving economy takes completely for granted, and that was access to credit, to finance. And the microfinance institutions would not loan for water and sanitation loans because they didn't see how the dots could be connected to getting that loan and then generating income to repay the loan. So we helped them discover this opportunity cost of all the time that people spent scavenging water, sometimes up to 6 hours a day, the money that they were spending on water vendors. And so we then brought them into the space of water and sanitation by taking on risk for them. So we basically gave them startup capital, smart subsidies, so that they could start loan portfolios that focused on water and sanitation. So we were helping share that risk with them. And then what they did, they started making the loans, and they would source commercial capital for that, and which now we've used about $6 million in philanthropic capital to date, a little more than that, to then leverage about 15 million in commercial capital. So that's 15 million charity dollars that don't need to be raised in order to get poor people access to water. The loans are now being repaid at more than 98%, and we've reached over 600,000 people with water and or sanitation through the loan model as opposed to straight charity. So that really is the essence of the innovation, is that it's one thing to kind of have an hypothesis about, okay, the poor can be customers. It's another thing than to go out and design an intervention where you can really test that and scale that. And that's what we've done, and now we hope that can expand even more and ripple out into other organizations taking it up.